to the video. Before we begin, if not already, please take a moment to subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And click the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload. Comment your little heart out. And most of all, please enjoy. Now back to the video.
Let's put a smile on that face.
A smile is something pleasant, right? Smiling at a circus? Cool. Smiling at a funeral? You're being inappropriate. A smile can brighten a room, but it can also send chills. Some animals consider smiling an act of aggression, baring your teeth and all. A smile out of context can be a creepy and chilling thing. The Joker, not that one, turned a smile into a criminal brand. Look at clowns. The smile might be painted on, but the fear is real. Say cheese, this is Smile. We'll open with a woman who looks dead in bed while a little girl just kind of watches her. I think someone was a little late with the allowance. We don't have the context yet, so I'm just being snarky. Monday. This is therapist Rose Cotter. She's a good doctor. She's more interested in treating people who need help and not just people with good insurance. First, she speaks with Carl, who is having a breakdown and thinks that he's dying.
I'm dying.
Technically, he's not wrong, but he thinks it's going to be very soon. She gets a new patient, Laura Weaver, a grad student who recently witnessed her professor kill himself last week. He bludgeoned himself with a hammer, and he was tenured. Sorry, again, I don't know all the details. She's more than nervous, she is terrified. She claims to see something.
Looks like different people. Sometimes it pretends to be someone that I know.
Something very familiar about this. Would you say it is following you?
It's smiling at me.
Maybe it's just trying to be friendly. Of course, Dr. Rose is skeptical, and this all sounds very delusional. So she handles it the usual way by kind of scooting her chair back a few inches. Laura sees something terrifying, but Dr. Rose does not. She calls for backup, but Laura seems to perk right up. She's holding a piece of broken glass, and she just carves into her face, slashes her own throat, while Rose can't do anything but watch helplessly and dread the paperwork. Cops are investigating, but this just looks like psychosis gone very bad.
But she was a head case, yeah?
I'm sorry, a head case?
But everyone's happy. Rose has a cat. And we all know cats in horror movies are especially safe, right? Right? This is her fiancé, Trevor.
Patient died today.
Another one? This is gonna look terrible on Yelp. The next day, Carl, her patient that lived, is smiling at her. Whatever he's on, can I get a prescription?
You're going to die! You're going to die!
So what I'm hearing is, I'm going to... what now?
You're going to die! You're going to die!
Her boss gives her a week off and a coupon to White Castle. Rose's home security alarm keeps going off, and she starts getting weird phone calls. Correction, she's hallucinating weird phone calls. And the cat's missing. She has trouble sleeping, so she listens to some recordings of her one and only session with Laura, and hears something very strange.
Laura?
Penis.
Rose visits her former therapist, Dr. Madeline, who used to treat Rose after she witnessed her mother overdosing. Oh, that thing from the beginning.
I also think if we resumed our regular sessions again...
'Cause I need a new jet ski, wacko. Conceal, don't feel. Rose goes to her nephew's birthday party, but instead of the cool train she bought, he gets something he can't exchange for the money. Did you not poke holes in the box? Hold on one second. This is Asher. He's the latest member of the family. I call him Ash because he's groovy. He's about 2.5 months old. Russian blue. Enjoy him. He's like a beanie baby. There was an upsetting thing on the screen, but I think you're okay now. Time to get back to work, okay? Say meow.
Penis.
Now everyone thinks Rose is insane. Some seem to be okay with it. She falls into a glass coffee table and cuts up her arms real bad. You better lawyer up, lady. Rose now believes she's cursed by the same thing that got Laura, but Trevor ain't convinced.
Rose, you're talking about fucking ghost.
Trevor walks out on Rose because he can't handle her at her worst. Rose visits the widow of the professor Laura watched commit suicide. He, too, had witnessed a suicide shortly before he killed himself. Rose goes to Joel for help. She asks him to look into the police reports linking victims going back, and it turns out that each one witnessed a suicide about a week prior to their own gruesome self-inflicted death. Trevor shows up with Dr. Madeline, which pisses off Rose.
Why?
He was just trying to be helpful by passing her off to a professional.
All I'm trying to do here is help you.
No, all you're trying to do is make it so you don't have to deal with it.
Rose, are you actually leaving right now?
Oh, come on, she's $80 an hour. She tries to tell her sister, but she doesn't believe in curses, only hereditary mental illness.
Holly, I'm gonna be next.
Those curses are not real.
And here's that scene from the trailer. Look. Oh, was this out of place? Maybe, but it got my ass into theater. The trail of victims goes back even further.
What you're saying is that this thing is jumping around and is causing them to kill themselves?
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds crazy. 20 names, but only 19 suicides.
None of them survived longer than a weekend.
One guy seemed to beat it, but he's in jail. The way to beat this thing, or at least survive it, is to kill someone else in front of a witness so the trauma passes to them.
This thing needs trauma to spread.
So the witness winds up killing themselves while you, now curseless, gets to go to prison for murder.
I can't kill someone!
He figures out she's the one cursed and he freaks out because he's afraid she's just gonna pass it back to him. Dr. Madeline shows up to talk, then she gets a call from the real Dr. Madeline. This ain't Dr. Madeline on her couch.
Almost time, Rose.
She kills Carl with her boss as a witness, and this could have been her way out, sorta, but it's just another hallucination. They're not gonna stop doing this, are they? She drives off to be alone at her old family home, a derelict heap that a deadite would pass on. Her plan is to face this thing, and if it takes her, at least there won't be anyone else to pass the curse to. So we're playing by fallen rules now. Gotcha. There's no power, so she lights a lantern, which usually means the place is gonna burn down later. Later that night, her mother appears to her. This is where her mother died, or rather died of an overdose, and Rose didn't call for help because she was abusive.
You wish that I would die! Because I was afraid of you!
Damn!
But not a lot of progress.
This is not real.
Your mind makes it
Emotional damage!
You can't escape your own mind, Rose.
This is what it really looks like? I think I saw this face in Congress.
You can't escape it either.
She slams the lantern into it and the demon burns up, taking the house with it. Well done, horror confronted, evil is vanished, and the ex-boyfriend contacted.
I'll stay with you forever.
Psych! She never left the house.
Rose!
And Joel's here, potential witness. She runs back to the house, and we get a good look at the entity's true form. It's this skinless beast with a huge mouth, with mouth after mouth of teeth. It must take him very long to brush. And then it just crawls into her mouth. Joel kicks down the door in time to watch Rose set herself on fire. Now Joel's cursed. I can't wait to watch him die in the opening moments of the sequel. And that was Smile. I thought it was far more effective as the original short that inspired it. Miss Bacon delivers a character's escalating anxiety and paranoia. The supporting cast provides solid performances. First, let's talk about this design. It's terrifying yet kinda silly. Was not surprised his whole theme was centered on his mouth. The entity in Smile seemed to take inspiration from several other horror movie monsters. A transmittable curse that relentlessly stalks the victim, like It Follows, The Ring, and The Grudge. A manifestation of mental trauma like The Babadook. It's less about a physical creature and more about an inescapable manifestation of fear, trauma, and mental illness that threatens the protagonist's sanity. It also cuts deep when you're silently suffering, but everyone around you is seemingly happy. Speaking of cutting deep, this imagery is not lost on me. Practical effects and makeup help maintain a visceral quality that keeps the film grounded. The film starts with an intense opening that sets the tone. However, some viewers may find the pacing uneven, with a few stretches where it feels dragged out. Even if you mute the supernatural elements, it'll still read like PTSD. Everyone's got demons, they follow you around, they wake you up at night, appear all around you. The malevolent entity can be seen as a metaphor for depression and trauma. The way everyone responds to Rose's increasing distress mirrors how society often treats mental health struggles.
But God forbid anything become real or even a tiny bit difficult. You're not hearing me.
Do you hear yourself? I mean, Jesus Christ, you sound crazy.
Mental illness is shown here as something that is misunderstood and stigmatized.
But she was a head case, yeah?
Charlie's a whole box of Fruit Loops.
Isolated when you feel like nobody believes you, when nobody sees what you see, where the biggest danger to yourself is you. Smile is 3 Bs. It offers a strong lead performance, effective direction, and deeper themes, and provides an unsettling experience. Too many elements seem overly familiar and similar to other movies, and comparisons are unavoidable. I'm hoping the sequel brings more fresh ideas. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment the bell, you know, the usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles!
Thank you.